I think it's safe to say that this Next Gen Racers 4-pack is probably one of the most sought after and rarest multi-packs ever. I have yet to find one in a store, and on eBay they're going for upwards of $150. So yeah, I hope you have a chance at getting this. But if not, maybe they'll re-release them in the future, but they are first looked, which basically means that they're first available here, they may be re-released, or they may end up being exclusive forever to the set. But today, we'll be taking a look at Steve Slick LaPage, the next gen Trunk Fresh Racer. So I hope you guys are doing well today, and without any further ado, let's get right into it. So on my review of Barry DePedal, the other next gen in this set, I asked you guys, do you want me to review Steve or JD McPillar next? And Steve won the vote. He won like 73% of the vote, which was like 500 people. And then JD only received 184, which is still a lot. But of course, majority wins out. And he's the last one I need to review. So after this, you can expect me to review him in the coming weeks. Or maybe month, because it did take me more than a month to review Steve after Barry. There were just so many other cool things that I wanted to get out first, like Rich Mixon and those new 2018 next gens, because of course this 4-pack is still considered 2017. And yeah, I actually got it for Christmas from my parents. Like I said, still haven't been able to find it in a store, even though some people are still finding it. They started finding it like months ago, like maybe November, and some people are still finding it at their stores. So that's pretty awesome that you still have a chance if you live in the US. I think some people even found it in Australia, which is pretty sweet. And I really feel bad for those outside of the US and Australia, because Targets are nowhere else to be found. Anyway, Steve appeared a couple times during like Cars 3 in the background, never spoke anything, but that's just kind of like the standard for all the Piston Cup racers. He replaced the stock car Trunk Fresh racer Dirksen D'Agostino, who actually was the Trunk Fresh racer in Cars 1 as well, making his career at least like 11 or 12 years, which is pretty sweet. If you'd like to see my review of Dirksen, the link will be in the description below, and the whole team Trunk Fresh will be in the description below as well. Two of my favorite videos, since I really like Trunk Fresh. And we'll compare these a little bit later, but first let's just get on with the review here of Steve. So first of all, I love his shiny patterns, like this metallic lime green and everything. It looks really amazing. It's like this foil, kind of a new thing that they're using on some of the next gens, like Danny Swervez, Chase Racelet, and I think maybe Aaron Clocker has some with the gray. But I think it's really prominent on Steve here, because they use it in multiple colors. Like the number there is in silver, but it's really kind of actually blended together, which is one thing that I don't care for. Trunk Fresh, you can see that it says Trunk Fresh, but it's really tightly bound. There's not much space in between the leathers, but it still looks really cool with the colors and everything. He's got that kind of mean expression going on there, pretty similar to Flip Dover's expression. And of course, Barry DePedal has more of a shocked or just kind of neutral expression, whereas Steve, he needs to win. I like his grill. It's a 2-part grill for a mustache there. There are his headlights. No vents on him, which is pretty strange. Usually the next gens have vents in the corners there. Oh well. He has black rims there with the black Lightyear tires. It actually looks like there's some silver trim on the rims, which is pretty cool. Of course, you can kind of see a Lightyear there, very small. His contingency sponsors are almost impossible to see because it's like silver foil on the lime green foil, but they are the Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. You can see that orange arrow right there, which indicates to the pit crew where to lift him up at to change the tires. You have his exhaust pipes right there, 34. I like how it's divided, so it's like partially silver, partially green. Now this Trunk Fresh logo is kind of more of the retro design with the black in there. Trunk Fresh. One other thing I don't like about the foil is that it wrinkles sometimes, like right there, but It's not a huge deal. You have the roof flaps, 34. I love a spoiler. This is like perfect because there's the right amount of spacing between the letters so you can read it well. And you have like a, I don't know, lime green over here, and this is more of like an emerald green. And now his base color, although it may appear a little black on the screen, it's actually forest green. It's like a really dark green. I like how some of the green comes off to the back here. He's got the rookie stripes indicating that, of course, he's a rookie. 34, trunk fresh. And it does look like the decals are pretty much the same on both sides here. Just adjusted properly. And here's the base if you're interested in that. Nothing special. And now, of course, we got to show the evolution of the Trunk Fresh Racers, starting with Dirksen from Cars 1 here. Moving on to the Cars 3 version. This is quite the amazing evolution. One of my favorites, actually. You know, the next gens are sometimes like extremely different from the stock cars. I feel like two good examples are with RPM and toe cap. And we'll talk about toe cap in an upcoming video a little bit more in depth, but this one, you kind of stayed the same throughout. You have like black or forest green as the base color, and then some green layered in on top. So starting with the stock cars here, I obviously compared them in my review of Cars 3 Dirksen, but they are insanely different. You went from like this really straightly cut green where it's like divided properly to like being mixed in just kind of haphazardly. And now you kind of went back to really straightly cut. You can kind of see the similarities between Dirksen from Cars 1 and Steve. And I like that. He went from having the lime green rims to gray rims to black rims. And one other thing that he lost is the like cleanliness stars, you know, the little asterisks that make him look clean. It's kind of like the global symbol of that. Those are all gone. Would have been nice to see them on Steve, but maybe they would have messed up like the next gen modern theming. So while I'm going through these here, showing them side by side, which one is your favorite? It's definitely down between Cars 3 Dirksen and Steve for me, but I have to go with Steve. I love his metallic design and just love the next gens in general. One cool thing about that I really liked about Dirksen is like the two-tone spoiler there as well, gray and black. Kind of similar thing going on here, but it's like 3 different colors. So that's interesting. Just drawing some comparisons and whatnot. I definitely prefer Cars 3 Dirksen over the Cars 1 version. I just thought, you know, in retrospect, it was cool, but Cars 1 Dirksen is one of the weaker designs in my opinion. I think some of them from Cars 1 hold up a little bit better than he does. Like I think Retread or Shifty Drug, ones that didn't get new versions. Of course, obviously, Taco Mint, Retread, Shifty Drug, Sidewall Shine, maybe a couple others. They did not appear in Cars 3. So I like them a little bit more now, especially Taco Mint. I mean, he was one of my favorites to begin with. Pretty sweet. So let me just show you guys a couple other next gens here that have his similar, I don't know, design methods or whatever. Like I said, Aaron Clocker has a little bit with the silver or gray paneling in here, but it's really not that noticeable. It's much more noticeable on Danny Suarez here with the gold, which is just amazing. Even says OG inside the gold. I love how it shines in the light. But of course, the best comparison is Chase Racer with his emerald paneling. It just looks amazing. And I think it's really well done on him because I've rarely seen ones that are messed up. Whereas I've definitely seen some Danny Suarez's with messed up gold foil. And Steve, of course, Aaron, I haven't seen enough of him. He's pretty rare. But since it's so little, I doubt any mess ups would occur. But on Chase, it's like perfect. These look amazing together. Well, that's pretty much it. Let's bring in the whole team now. I think that Trunk Fresh was pretty lucky to get such a big team. I mean, he got this Pity released in 2009 only, and that review is included in my Team Trunk Fresh video, along with, of course, the hauler here as well, released in 2009. And we have the Pit Stop Barrier, released like end of 2016. I think I might have reviewed that as well, so link down below. Lots of Trunk Fresh on my channel for sure. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know which TF racer is your favorite. Steve definitely wins it for me. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you found the video enjoyable. And I'll see you guys next time for another review. I don't even know when this will be uploaded. I just felt like doing my review of Steve today since I feel like a lot of people have been wanting me to review him, along with some of the other 2017 releases that I basically disregarded, like Herb Kerbler, Chris Revstopski. No one really wants me to review her though. I've just never seen any comments. And of course Phil Tanks, and there was this guy, and I'm not mad at you or anything, but you commented on like one of my recent videos, Phil Tanks in like 1,000 times. So I'll review him soon. I have to review Herb Kerbler first because Herb actually beat Phil in the polls. So yeah. We'll see what happens though, but thanks. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.